If I walked into your room and saw a G Pro mouse on your desk, I'd be like, shit! 13 years ago in 2008, when I was 6 years old, I asked my uncle if he can buy me a computer mouse for the family computer I had at home. Then 3 years later in 2011, I got my very own laptop for Christmas. And with it, I used the same mouse I got from my uncle.
Here's the mouse. I use a Logitech. I don't know, my uncle gave it to me I think like 4 years ago.
The Logitech M305, my first mouse. It was a great mouse. No matter how many times I slammed it, still worked like a charm. Until it didn't.
This Logitech mouse doesn't work anymore.
I got a new mouse in 2013, the Logitech M525. Like the previous mouse, it was ergonomic, reliable, and it worked great on a composition book. This is the mouse that I used for the longest time. It would be 4 years until I got an upgrade. In 2017, I bought the Logitech G302. Again, the mouse worked great. Unlike the other mice, this was a true gaming mouse. This mouse came packed with a cool blue light, and it really helped me hit some sick shots back in the PUBG days. Now we move on to 2019. Things were getting serious now. I was really starting to get decent at games, and the G302 wasn't cutting it anymore. After all, the 302 was a mouse meant for mobile games, not FPS games. So one day, I walked to my local Best Buy and purchased the Logitech G Pro wired mouse. With its top-of-the-line hero sensor, I was on my way to dominating the competition. I also installed some hyperglides on it, so it was very smooth. Now we're in 2020. After I graduated from high school, I moved to Las Vegas and had to get a new desk. I had a problem with the mouse during this time, and the cause of that problem was the wire. The wire would scrape on the edge of my desk and it didn't feel great. I was getting annoyed with the wire and was tired of fiddling around with makeshift solutions for it. In October 2020, I bought the G Pro Wireless. This is an amazing mouse, definitely one of the best. It's lightweight, has flawless tracking, great buttons, good battery life, and a fantastic shape. Then a month later, Logitech announced a new mouse. Back then, I wasn't really planning on buying this mouse, but one day I was on their website and I saw that their mouse was in stock, so I said, "F it," and bought it on March 2021. The Superlight is basically identical to its predecessor, but here's what's different. The major changes would be the reduced weight, the improved battery life, and new PTFE mouse feet. One thing to note about the new feet is that when you first use the mouse, they feel scratchy. But after having used the mouse for a couple weeks now, it feels smooth as butter. The weight was definitely noticeable for me, especially when doing things like flick shots. I cannot go back to the original G Pro Wireless now. It just makes me feel sluggish. Okay, now we're gonna compare the three G Pro mice. Starting with the weight, the G Pro Wired is 85 grams, the G Pro Wireless is 80 grams, and the G Pro X Superlight is advertised to be less than 63 grams. All three mouses have the same sensor. Regarding the battery life, the G Pro Wired just lasts forever since it's wired. The G Pro Wireless will last you around 48 hours if you have the RGB on, and 60 if you have it off. And the G Pro X Superlight will last you around 70 hours. The G Pro Wired right now is $60, but I've seen it as low as around $30. That's how much I bought it for at Best Buy. The G Pro Wireless is $130, and the G Pro X Superlight is just $20 more. The price difference between the wired G Pro and the two wireless versions can seem pretty intimidating. Both the wireless mice here are over double the price. But I'd say it's well worth the price. The G Pro X Superlight is perfect for me. I really like how clean the mouse looks with its nice aesthetic, and the shape of it fits really nicely with my hand. If you're in the market for a wireless gaming mouse, but the price of Logitech's offerings are just a little too high for you, I have a suggestion. Check out the Model O Wireless by Glorious. It's quite affordable at $80, and it weighs 11 grams lighter than the G Pro Wireless. It also has that honeycomb shell design that some of you may like, and it has cool lights on it. That's all I really know about this mouse. If you're interested in it, you should do your own research to decide whether it's for you. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Starting at the age of 6, my first gaming mouse was this tiny thing. It helped me in games like Minecraft, Terraria, TF2, and now 13 years later at the age of 19, my latest gaming mouse is now this slightly larger mouse, which is helping me in games like Valorant, PUBG, and CSGO.
Oh no. Holy shit!
That's so tough. That is